Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Hes from CollectiveKicks.com, and if you guys want to shop this week's top sneaker deals, check the link in the description, and happy shopping. Today's video, though, I'm going to be covering my top 10 pickups of 2018, and this is definitely a fun list for me to create. Honestly, it was really easy to actually come up with just 10 pairs of shoes that I thought was my top favorite ones of the year. There was so many pickups this year, it was crazy. It was definitely a very full year of sneakers for myself, as well as probably a lot of you guys out there, but I really didn't have too hard of a time picking 10. And just so you guys know, I have a spreadsheet that I have all of my pickups on month after month, so I could basically reference that and go, okay, these are the ones that I remember being the ones that stick out the best to me. And so the top 10 was fairly easy to choose, but actually narrowing it down in order of which ones I liked 10 to 1, it was actually the hardest part of everything. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and if you do, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. I appreciate when you guys do that, as well as if you're new to the channel, you might as well hit the subscribe button. If you guys have seen a couple of my videos and you want to see more of my content, hit the notification bell. But let's go ahead and get into it. Top 10 pickups of 2018. Number 10 spot goes to this pair of shoes right here, and who would have ever thought that I would ever consider a Yeezy 700 a top 10 shoe. Last year, this would have been the top 10 ugliest shoes that ever released, and I just cannot believe that this is like one of those shoes that I really gravitated towards. I actually did my family pictures in these shoes even, and we have a giant picture above our fireplace that I'm actually wearing these shoes in. It was such a polarizing and ugly shoe to a lot of people, and then including myself, and then they had a couple different restocks and I was able to actually get them, and I gave it a try. And I love Boost, first of all, and this is a wider modeled shoe, and I have wider, flatter feet anyway, so this is like a perfect shoe for myself, and it fits great. Obviously super dad status with 2 kids now. Let me adjust the color real quick. That's a little bit better. So I really feel like this is a shoe that I gravitated towards a lot more after the first couple of releases, and since then I actually bought the mauve colorway as well, and I'm interested to see what ends up happening to the 700 and the V2s in the future, and if it's going to have any hype or not. The price point is the only major negative about the shoe, because it is $300 at retail, and other than that, I mean, it's just one of those shoes that I really dig. I love the fact that there is overlays all over the shoe, and then there's that hidden 3-stripe that's reflective underneath this section here, the little pops of orange and the yellow. It's just an all-around great looking shoe, and again, I never ever would have thought that I would have said that. So because of that, this is the number 10 spot on my countdown. The number 9 spot goes to the Air Presto Mid acronym collaboration. I personally think that this shoe is straight fire. I know it didn't get a lot of love on the resale market, unlike the first collaboration between acronym and the Presto model, but I actually have all 3 colorways. This is the one I like the best. Honestly, from the very first pictures onward, I just love the 3 hits of the neon colors of the blue, the like volt, and that really bright pink color on the toe area. I've been a fan of the Presto since they originally released, and this was a really great reimagination of the Presto with the zips and the buttons and everything on the back, a lot of extra hardware on the shoe, and it just looked cool. And I was bummed that I missed the first pack, so the fact that the second pack was more like slept on, it's kind of like the perfect storm for somebody like me who really just wanted the shoe. And because of that, I'm happy that I got him, and this is the number 9 spot. So the number 8 spot for me personally goes the React Element 87, and I know that this was Complex's shoe of the year, but for me it didn't have shoe of the year status. However, it was one that was worthy of a top 10 spot, because it does match a really cool upper styling with a really comfortable midsole. And this was the year of the Nike React technology. They went all in on it, and I have to say I bought quite a few shoes that have the React technology, and I like what they have delivered, and it seems to be more durable than it looked originally. All in all, I think that the React technology is definitely a worthy replacement for Lunarlon. It was one that I was pushing for the last like 3 or 4 years of just Nike needing to innovate something like what Adidas had with Boost. So this shoe definitely had the most hype around it with the React shoes, and it was a great shoe. I don't like some things, as I mentioned a million times. The dusty look underneath the shoe is just terrible. The clear upper is going to be hit and miss for a lot of people. I've done a lot of detailed reviews on this and the pro and con and after wearing and stuff like that, so check my channel if you guys haven't, or just do a search. But it's a great shoe and it's a comfortable shoe. I went up half a size and I shouldn't have. I should have gone true to size. So recommended go to true size if you're going to get these. They do offer a budget-friendly version of the Element React 55, which is a great alternative, and you can get those for under retail nowadays, which is even better. And in fact, I'll link in the description all of these shoes so you guys can see my top 10 in the description, as well as where to buy them. But these are the number 8 spot for me of 2018. So the number 7 spot of my countdown goes to the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 in the Sesame colorway. I personally think that this shoe is fire. I love the gum soles on it and the midsole and the upper, how it's just like a sand color. I think it's just a really super clean looking shoe. And the colorway is real simple and something that is easy to go with lots of different things. So I personally like this one a lot. Yes, the Yeezy 350 V2 sort of died a little bit in 2018, but I think that this is the best colorway of the ones that did release. Better than the butters. I'd rather have this than the zebras, to be honest. And I also prefer this one over the creams. And just so you guys can see them next to each other, this is my chocolate version of my Yeezy V2 that I used the cream upper to dip dye, if you guys saw that video. So chocolate and then peanut butter, kind of looks like sort of Reese's or something. I don't honestly know why they call these Sesame, just kind of an interesting name or color for it, but regardless of whatever you call them, I like the colorway and I like the earth tones. So that is the reason why this is a 7th spot of the countdown. So moving on to the number 6 spot on the countdown, we have the Adidas Ultra Boost, and I'm going to actually save this spot also for the Ultra Boost 2019. As of the time of me recording this video, I actually don't have the 2019s in hand, but when I do get them, I will be doing a detailed review, and I'm already guessing that they're going to be amazing on feet. But regardless of how those ones are, these are still one of my favorites, and this is a colorway that came out. This is the V2, obviously. This might be my favorite one that I picked up all year. I just really love this one, and I missed this one previously, so because of that, I definitely wanted to call this one out. But to be honest though, I really like any of them. This is the one that I did the hydro dip on that you could see on the midsole. I plan on doing more of these. I just haven't had a lot of time to actually create them, but the hydro dip has been fun and it's lasts really good on the midsole, so I plan again on doing more. So check back soon for more of those hydro dip videos, and I have a bunch of different patterns. I just again haven't had a time to record. I love the fact that I'm able to customize these with hydro dips as well as with boosted stripes, so it gives us a little bit of freedom to be creative on the Ultra Boost, and it's still a mainstay in my collection, and I picked up more Ultra Boost than any other sneaker model in 2018, so definitely couldn't have a countdown without something related to an Ultra Boost, at least in my top 10. So that is the Ultra Boost in the number 6 spot. All right, so the number 5 spot on my countdown goes to the OffWhite Air Jordan 1 in the OffWhite colorway, and this is again the sample that I ended up getting. So this is like the most expensive shoe I ever paid for, and crazy that I ended up actually getting a pair of these. But this is a top 5 shoe though, just because it is a sample, again with the gray wings logo right here. And also the other major difference is you could see the red instead of the yellow right there. So definitely a fun pickup for me to be able to get, and I just feel real fortunate that I was actually able to get a pair of these. And if you guys didn't know, that this colorway was actually supposed to be the one that came out before the Chicago one. Virgil saw somebody wearing a pair of Dunks at the airport and he couldn't distinguish the difference between his shoes and the Dunks from a distance, so he went with the Chicago's. But then they ended up releasing these later with a different variation of the wings logo. But definitely a crazy pickup that I ended up getting. Lucked out on getting this one. Shout out to the homie that gave me a real solid price on this. And the number 5 spot. The number 4 spot goes to one of my favorite new models of the year, if not my favorite new model of the year, and this is the Pegasus 35 Turbo. And it is an amazing shoe. I actually couldn't just buy one of these. I had to buy a second pair as soon as I was able to get these at discount. And so these ones I beat up a little bit. I've actually wore these a ton, both pairs of these. I wear the black one more just because I can wear this with pretty much anything. If you haven't tried this shoe yet, this is definitely a shoe that I highly recommend from a casual perspective. It's one of the best new shoes that have the most amount of comfort, in my opinion, that we've seen in a long time. This shoe gave me that same sort of vibes that the Ultra Boost gave me when they originally came out. It does feature Nike Zoom X. The top layer is actually Zoom X here in black, and then the bottom is actually Nike React. So it's 2 different layers of Nike technology cushioning, and the 2 of them combined equal a really pillowy, soft feel on your feet. And I absolutely love this shoe. If you guys have tried this shoe and you guys feel the same way or not, I just leave a comment in the comment section, let other people know. Easily a top 5 of the year, but I put these at the number 4 spot. So moving on to the number 3 spot, we have an appropriate shoe, the Air Jordan 3, and we have not just 1 but 2 and 3 colorways that deserve the spot, in my opinion. I love all 3 of these colorways a lot. Now this is the previous retro, if you guys wondering. I do have the new one, but it's actually in the box. I'm still rocking my old Jumpman on the back. So I personally love the Air Jordan 3, and these 3 colorways for me definitely set it off. The black cements you can definitely like rock anytime, anywhere. I feel like this is just one of the best Air Jordan colorways and models of all time. Then you have a real crazy collaboration with the Justin Timberlake joint right here with Tinker Hatfield. I personally love this colorway. I think it looks crazy with the orange, and the soles and stuff are just super fresh. This whole entire thing is just amazing to me. I love this one, and this is one of the few shoes that I paid resale for this year just because I really felt compelled to get this one. Luckily the prices dropped low enough that I felt okay with paying a little bit of the resale on it. But love this shoe. I love the brown colorways in general and tans and all that other stuff, and because of that I also like this shoe. This one originally released in 2001. I did a review of this one already and why it didn't hit the mass consumption, I don't think, and the hype that other shoes did, but I love this shoe. This is definitely one that I have wanted since maybe not the original release, but after a handful of years after they passed, it was definitely one that I was like, when are they going to retro these? I've been waiting for a long time and they finally made it happen. So definitely an easy one to add to the rotation. This is a Mocha Air Jordan 3s, but Air Jordan 3 to me is just a classic shoe, and it's one of my favorites just out of all the Jordans. I know they sort of saturated on the market, but at the end of the day, it is still one of my favorites, and that is why this took the number 3 spot of the year. So the number 2 spot goes to this shoe right here. This is a really highly coveted one for myself. Super GR, super slept on right now. You can buy them for like $120, but this is an absolute must for me. This is the Air Max Plus OG in the Tiger colorway, or the Pimento colorway, or the Sunset colorway, whatever you want to call it. I absolutely love this one. This is one that I missed back in the day, as I mentioned many times already if you guys are watching my videos, but I love how it goes from a darker orange and then fades to a lighter orange on the top. I just thought this was such a revolutionary shoe back when these originally released. It's really eye-catching when you're really close as well as when you are from a distance, and I just think it's a great overall pair of sneakers. I do have a size 9.5 and a 10, but I do prefer the 10 since it is a little bit snug in this section for me. I absolutely love this shoe, and I'm so happy that I'm actually able to own a pair. First time I've actually owned them since the original release, and definitely a top 10 for me, which is the reason again why this top 10 is not going to be the same as everybody else's. All right, we made it to the number 1 spot on the countdown, and if you guys are enjoying the content, please hit the thumbs up button and show you guys the support on the video and the notification bell to be notified of when my videos go live. All right, so the number 1 spot on my countdown should be no surprise to anybody that has been following my channel for a handful of years. This has been a shoe that I've actually been waiting for a retro on for a long time, and Nike actually did it, and they went really pretty true to the original. And this is the Air Max Deluxe in this photo blue colorway. This is the one that I had back in the day, the originals. I remember buying these from the Nike employee store. It was just a random shoe that I went into the store and saw, and I was just absolutely in love with the shoe. I thought it had such a rad pattern, how everything was so vibrant and colorful. Similar to the Tiger colorway back here. It was just really vibrant up close, and from afar it looked really dope as well. I thought that Nike was doing amazing stuff back in this era when these released, and I really loved what they were doing. So this it should be no surprise that this is the number 1 spot for me. And just to show you guys, this is my OG pair that I have. Check out the foggy bubbles. Shout out to anybody out there that knows anything about having foggy air bubbles on them. But this yeah, this was the OG one, and this is the retro one, and they did a really good job on the retro. And it's not the most comfortable shoe in the world. It's definitely one that I actually had to take the insoles out on, but I definitely should have gone up to a size 10, but I can rock them without the insoles and they're just fine. The Air Max Deluxe though takes the number 1 spot on my countdown, just because I've been waiting again so long for this shoe, and so I was really happy to actually finally get a pair back in my collection. Not just one, I ended up actually getting 3 pairs of these, just because again I've been waiting so long. So anyways, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what your top 3 pickups were this year. I'll be checking out those comments and seeing what you put, just because I'm curious to see what you guys put your value in on the sneakers. Sometimes monetary value on shoes and stuff is important to some capacity, because obviously money allows you the ability to buy other shoes and everything else and other things even, but sometimes there's nostalgia as well. Like obviously for me, nostalgia is a real important factor, and why nostalgia is over the hype in some sense, where you have some shoes that are worth a lot more that are not in this top 10, which is why I have other shoes that are worth a lot more than these 10 shoes monetarily, but they're just not ones that I would consider my top 10 purchases of the year. Anyways, that is my video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Have a great rest of the day. Peace, guys.